Hi, it's Michael here. And this question, or my answer to it, comes from James Live. And he asks me, what are my views on body language and hand gestures in terms of expressing yourself in a presentation, particularly when making key points? And like so many of the questions sent in this series, it's an excellent one. Well, first of all, let me deal with the body language part first. And I think the most important part of this is to stand still. Because most people don't. They like to move. Now, I don't think you should stand there like a soldier, or like a rock. But one's energy and one's movement really, in most talks, needs to come from your here upwards, not from the hips downwards, through your hands and through your face. And the more you pace around, the more it detracts from your authority. Your authority just leaches away. And I mean, some people, when they're given a stage or space to make a presentation, they have to feel they have to use it up and down, up and down. But that's largely for them, just to get rid of their nervous energy. It's not for the audience. And so I would stand still. If you want to go to a flip chart or something, or to a demonstration model, and move to somebody in the audience and get closer to him or her, then fine, then do that. But avoid this constant sort of square dance or dancing around that people do. So that's one thing I'd say on body language. Now to the hands. Well, the great news is that every human being, as far as I know, on this planet, is hardwired in their neurology to use these things to communicate with. And the equally good news is that they work at their best when you don't even think about them. Now, depends on the culture, though. Further east, in the Far East, I believe in some cultures, they think that moving your hands too much is a sign of low intelligence. So if you're going to China or Kazakhstan, maybe read up on that a little bit more first. But I've also heard from a lot of Americans that when they are taught, not exactly the Far East, but a lot of them are taught to stand to talk with their hands down by their sides, which to me is hugely unnatural. But the only person who does this is a sergeant major on parade. Well, I used to be a soldier, so I know what it's like to give orders on parade, but that was a long time ago. And very few of you watching this will probably be soldiers. And even if you are, you wouldn't be doing that all the time. So I think you just use them naturally. And to allow them to be used naturally, for you to make use of them naturally, it's worth keeping them in a neutral position, maybe around about your navel, sort of clasped together in a half applause position. Then they will come out. And they'll come out when you want to do them. And you won't be thinking about it. It'll just be unconscious. Your unconscious brain and all its wisdom and all its expressiveness will show you how to use these things. It'll just do it for you. Just like it breathes for you. You don't have to think about breathing, you do it. Same thing with your hands. Now, as for emphasizing key points and things, I wouldn't even think about it. Just like I'm doing here, if you want to make a key point, your hands will come up and they'll do it, because it'll be in line with your thinking. Rather than practicing special gestures to make key points, or like some politicians do. You may notice some of them, no names, no pactorial, but use this expression a lot when they're making a key point. The little thumb up, boom, boom. And one of our recent prime ministers did this gesture a lot of the time, when around, often at a podium or around a microphone. Now, is this natural to you? Hello there. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you're finding it interesting. It's daft, isn't it? Because we as human beings don't do this. We don't do these sort of things. Naturally, anyway. And we've all got a bit of a nose for bullshit, really. And we know instinctively, maybe unconsciously as well as consciously, when someone is trying to pull the wool over our eyes. There's a sort of feeling of unease inside. So we respond much better when people are being their natural selves. So a bit of a long answer to a simple question, but just to summarize it, stand still as much as you can and let these do their own thing. And when you're not using them, keep them just in the middle. Hope that helps. See you on the next one.